in power, they knock the slick blaster. Dick dastardly, a monthly with sick laughter. A gunfight and they come to cut the mix master ice. And living the true gods, giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords. And they hold the mic at your attention like two swords. Or you the one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it.
Welcome. Welcome everyone. Once again, we are here. Hopefully everything is sounding good. You are in tune to the Beatzilla PDX official show. I am the host, Beatzilla PDX officially. And yes, welcome everyone as y'all coming in. Another good weekend. Let's see who we got in here. Judah Queen, Yella Arquette, Silent D Productions, Woke One, Keisha Johnson, Karma Colt, all right, Michelle Hargrave, all right, yes indeed. Yeah, I like that little intro. Figured I'd go ahead and run with it for a little bit. You know? So, hope everyone is doing well. Hope y'all have had a blessed week thus far. You know, we have seen a lot going on in this world, a lot going on in this news. If y'all remember, I told y'all before how they were going to start moving into the conversation of climate change, especially moving in to the 2022 midterm elections. And that's where we're starting to go right now. So you're going to start seeing the strong pivot to climate change. Again, one of the main reasons why this is happening is because of the prevention of the attention going to a black agenda of any kind. So with that being said, we have to be on alert. And, you know, just keep in mind, Kathy B, welcome. We have to be on guard, you know what I mean? And be on guard for the propaganda because it is already starting. The UN has now came out with a report. Let me see. And of course, climate change is being used as a distraction. We all, you know, we know that, but one of the main reasons why they're using it for a distraction is to make sure that no attention goes where it's really needed. On us, you know. It's always going to be a deflection because, you know, it's all hell bent on avoiding dealing with never correcting the wrong. Always have to be mindful of that. Okay, share that. What makes me do that? Okay, it is. So let me get this up here for y'all. So they're gonna go right along with pushing this. Now there was like a CNN reporter not too long ago who was kind of not reporter. They were a producer of some sort. So they were kind of caught off script, spilling the beans on camera, and it leaked. That might even have been one of those Project Veritas little hidden camera things. But nonetheless, they made mention of they were going to be pushing the jabs very, very heavy. And Queen Nadia, yes indeed. So they were they were going to be pushing the jabs very heavy and then making a pivot as going into the 2022 election season, going to be start talking about climate change. These two reasons are designed to stay away from the conversations of police reform and then, of course, doing anything for black people. So, as you see, we now have this influx of individuals coming into the country. Interesting thing, somehow the Haitians have bypassed Florida for Texas. So you have a whole border crisis going there. We have, of course, invited. Well, I can't say we, but the president that these people have voted for, not myself, but because I did not vote for president at all. No tangibles, no votes. So I voted for tangibles. Since there was none, no one was on the ballot to get a strike for me. For those who wrote and did mark on the ballot, wrote tangibles or reparations. We haven't heard anything. We haven't heard nothing yet. So with that being said, let's get on in to the game. Private Bentley, hey, welcome. I didn't even see you come in here. There you go. Okay. Hey, Private Bentley, how you doing? Again, shout out to Private Bentley for my bracelets. The Alcabulon founders, and of course my four lions. Definitely my thing. So Private Bentley, she has a shop online. You could get her stuff. Private Bentley, if you want to put your link in the chat, you are welcome to. So y'all could get some of these good, strong pieces. These are not like just weekly made. These are very quality. Goes on your wrist. It's not going to be all loose and whatnot. As you see, you don't even really hear it much. So definitely good looking out, Private Bentley. Thank you. And hopefully we can collaborate on another piece soon. Bracelets and necklaces, absolutely. Yes, please share that information. Because some of us like the necklaces, as you can see. And, I'd wear it. Me. So let me get this on the screen for you. So, again, let's get started with understanding one of the other things they're going to be shoving down our throats. So just as much as we're hearing about, because if y'all notice, are y'all noticing now how the conversation has completely shifted? Remember, it was a time when they were saying, black people are most affected, and remember, I told you, affected does not necessarily mean infected. Affected comes in many different ways, so that's a play on words. Now that that's no longer a viable argument, you have all these spread and all of these variants coming from all of these people. You still have a lot of black people who have never been sick and never had the jab. So with those, that would not account in the numbers of these people who are sick. So for the numbers that they have to say now, they have successfully accomplished getting jabbed, well then you have to finally admit, or just keep lying, that it is your venomized who are actually the ones who are showing up sick. And if you've noticed, the whole blacks being anything disproportionately to nothing, you haven't heard any of their conversation as of recent, have you? No, reason being is because in all of these rural white areas, all their hospitals is full of white folks. Go figure. We still chilling in the city though. But see, we don't do things like everybody else. When we go to the bathroom, we wash our hands. When we pull our meat out, like chicken, beef, when we get into the kitchen, we wash our meat. Some of us more so than others. For those vegetarians and vegans who could get food from the dirt, you need to wash the dirt off of those vegetables now. And turnips sometimes may need a good scrubbing if you're picking them. So, just things to be mindful of. Then these are things that we are aware of because we come from these people. I grew up with a garden. So I grew up picking turnips. I know what that's about. So I know what picking good greens is. I know what this looks like. Snapping them beans. Snapping them beans. Who knows about snapping beans? So maybe I'm giving away my age group, but hey, we know what climate and the benefit of climate has been all of this time. I can say there has definitely been a change. I would not necessarily put the label of climate on it as other people do. There's definitely been a universal shift. But I wouldn't put that all and chalk that all down to man. But we do have to chalk it up to everybody. See, we have to understand these groups and these shadow governments and all of these people, they put money into stuff that we never know of. So the destruction that they are taking part of is what's causing a lot of things that we see. So for all intents and purposes, don't put yourself with them. They know what they doing. You don't know what they doing. So sometimes we just need to start reworking the thought of when we use the word we. And this ain't a we thing. This is a them thing.
A code red for humanity.
A new UN study by the world's top climate scientists revealed that we have now warmed the Earth by 1.2 degrees Celsius in less than 200 years.
The Earth's climate is getting so hot that in a decade, temperatures will likely blow past a level of warming that world leaders have sought to prevent.
1.5 degrees Celsius.
The target limit of 1.5 degrees Celsius.
This is the difference between the average global surface temperatures of the planet before the Industrial Revolution and today. And so we're always sort of using as a benchmark where we were before humans started on a massive scale burning fossil fuels. And then scientists are sort of comparing how much warmer has the globe gotten, 1.5 degrees or 2 degrees above pre-industrial revolution levels. There's nothing truly magic about it. It's sort of where policymakers have arrived, but it's based on sort of a scientific sense that once the globe gets on average each year that much warmer than it was before the Industrial Revolution, it potentially drives a lot more serious changes to our planet. One of the things I found most interesting about this latest IPCC report is that they explicitly were shifting from predictions and projections to forecasting. You know, a lot of the pushback and criticism of climate scientists and climate models have been, there's so much uncertainty in these models. How do we know you're not just kind of saying sky is falling, but maybe it won't fall? And so do we really want to be changing our economy so dramatically when it's so uncertain? So the fact is that now they're finding that projections they were making for right now are really pretty close to what we're seeing right now. And so they're getting a lot more confident those bands of uncertainty are shrinking. And so when they say now, hey, you can expect a lot more wildfires in the West in the next 10 years, and they're saying that's more of a forecast than a projection, that means we can expect with a lot of confidence that we're going to be seeing more wildfires in the West. What the IPCC report said is, even if we meet these goals, a lot of change is in store for us in the future. If we don't meet some of these targets, scientists are concerned we end up in a so-called runaway effect, where the planet then just starts heating up more and more and more of its own accord through its own natural systems because we've sort of set it off on this trajectory and we can't walk it back.
Some may say that these people are not paying attention to the least of us. But let me tell you something, family. That is just absolutely not true. You better know they paying attention to everything we say. Because see, one thing that they know is, they know where the truth resides, just like where that money is. And see, the people who print the money and make the money, and that gives you a piece of paper that says you are in debt. Other kingdoms used to give you money, and that money would be empowering. Our money comes with a note attached to tell you that you're in debt. Every dollar bill that comes through your hands in America tell you that you're in debt. You know what that is? that is literally a pocket full of spells. See, they figured it out. Now you got to understand who we are dealing with and what we are talking about when I say they. The great Satan, of course. We know where we at. You don't conquer by being the nice guy. You conquer by being the evil one. The one who everybody says, okay, well, they can talk nice words and they can come through in a so-called peace line, and next thing you know, they owning everything and putting us out, putting us where they want us to be when we let them in. You understand what I'm saying? So just understand, you have to learn the craftiness of this devil that we are up against, the powers that be. And the powers that be right now understand that these little small groups, new black media, this grassroots, this black media is kicking their ass, y'all. I just hope y'all understand that you are part of this great energy that is going forth throughout the world. And I'm talking, see, this is the point of being on one accord, going forward, all together, like an octopus. And they know that. So you're hearing little stuff that we talk about in their programming now. So for instance, that last part, go back. Well, that last part is very interesting about what she says, because I have said, I've been talking about this. They are very aware that the earth does not need man's help. What this is trying to prevent the earth from reacting to man while making you feel guilty for what they've done.
Expect with a lot of confidence that we're going to be seeing more wildfires in the West. What the IPCC report said is, even if we meet these goals, a lot of change is in store for us in the future. If we don't meet some of these targets, scientists are concerned we end up in a so-called runaway effect, where the planet then just starts heating up more and more and more of its own accord through its own natural systems, because we've sort of set it off on this trajectory and we can't walk it back.
So they're right there telling you that they understand the earth is not a place, it's a living being. A living being. Please. Thank you. So with that being said, this will be as we start seeing the earth react. Well, we're already seeing the earth react, as well as allegedly HARP, interacting. Who knows? In the meantime, we have this whole situation going on. We have China threatening, the U.S. in so many words. We have Russia making moves. Something I would wonder for all of my Bible people. Just I want you to pay attention to three people. And believe me or don't, but just follow me for a minute. Jacob, Esau, and Ishmael. All three of those beings that were promised to have nations come out of them were all given a promise. One would be on top of the other because those two were brothers. But the other would be a great uncle, I guess. With that being said, Ishmael. You can talk to the Arabs right now and they'll tell you that they descend from Ishmael. Well, look at them Saudi Arabians. They having things, ain't they? That was their blessing. And they're not under the dominant society's rule. They kind of have carte blanche to doing their own thing because they have been blessed. I mean, this is if you believe these things. You may not. And that's cool if you don't. I'm just looking at things. I like to take in all the information I can. It helps you judge things righteously and justly. You know, so you know what you're looking at. You know, when you see these things, we should be concerned that these people expect the earth to react. Why would they expect it? Because it's happened before. This earth has cleansed itself before. But see, they're not, these aren't, that's another thing we don't really learn in school now, do we? I mean, and think about how the Roman Empire fell. You know, it fell in different things, but natural disaster was part of it. You know, coup de grace. So, hey, everybody gonna die. This is one of them things where they are fully aware that the earth is a being, a living being, and they have done quite a bit of damage to it. Everything that the earth provides for us as a living source and means of life. You know, one thing that is always there is in all things earth are melanin. Take it how you will. In all things of earth are melanin. Only somebody who's not attached to that would look to make everything artificial. To the point to now where you even have suntan lotion, which is artificial melanin anyway. It's like hating. I guess if you would hate to love it. So, you know, it's like how people used to hate Michael Jordan. You know, like as far as basketball goes, I would have to say hands down. And I wasn't a Michael Jordan fan. I'm from Portland, man. Portland Trailblazers got a chance to get in the damn finals, man. But unfortunately, had to meet Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and the rest is history, man. So, but one thing about that is, we all was able to recognize the talent and say, okay, man, although he's smashing my team, this dude got it. And shoot, it's kind of we kind of like in the same scenario. We're the world's most loved and hated at the same time. With that being said, the people who put us in this position understand fully everything that they have done to us, and they must keep us in a position of absolute lack of power. That's why now we're going to go into this whole climate change talk. I know what the hell they've done. You've been digging wells and putting oil and water in oceans and killing sea life, cutting down trees, doing all of this other madness for thousands of years. Let's not cry now about what the hell you've done. No, hold that. Hold your own nuts on that. So we not finna take ownership with you on that. What we will do is sit back and watch how things take place, and still press the line for our tangibles. How about that? We'll just press the line for our tangibles. You can worry about climate change because we are a victim of just as much as the climate and the earth is a victim of your disastrous hands, so are we. We're not with you on that. We are nonfiction and they are fiction. Absolutely. Absolutely. So let me show you something real quick. This was interesting. So I guess, we've heard about this debacle that's going on in Texas. Here's Ted Cruz came out and had a little something to say. Because, it's perfect opportunity because he's in Texas. And being in Texas, it's like black folks, foundational black Americans. There is something else afoot going on here. So we need to keep an eye on this Texas thing. Because how the hell are Haitian refugees finding their way to Texas versus Miami? That's a long way off. So when that doesn't sound like a person who is had their last dollar coming to this country. You're looking for the shortest distance. How are you making your way over here? Adding on like a whole extra 800 miles or 500. I mean, how does that work? So here, let me play Ted Cruz. They cause destruction, and yeah, absolutely. They cause destruction to people and of the world. You understand me? Because the earth will be cooking them. You know, imagine something. I'm about to play this video, but just think of something real quick. For these people who got these bunkers, so say, oh man, there's all bedlam out here, right? The war of the worlds. Run for your lives, right? Everything on fire. Let's go to the bunkers. We'll be safe. The earth wins. Man, the earth could crack the foundation up under your shit and send straight hot lava up in there. Can you imagine? You basically in a Dutch oven with hot molten lava coming up from the center of the earth to greet you. Hello. Now, the earth know what it can do. I hope y'all understand. I mean, this place could literally choke the air out the sky, man. Earth don't need nobody's help. Global warming. It'll eliminate the problem. Trust me. It will cure its cancer. That's what it was. It's made to do. All these years this earth has been here, but they got the power to somehow save it after killing it.
Texas, September 16th. I'm underneath the bridge. Behind me, 10,503 people. This is a crisis that is unfolding. It's a man-made crisis. Just over a week ago, there were fewer than 1,000 people here under the bridge, averaging between 700 and 1,000. Then, on September 8th, the Biden administration made a decision to cancel deportation flights back to Haiti. The vast majority of these illegal immigrants crossing in Del Rio are from Haiti. When they made that decision 8 days ago, the 700 to 1,000 people who were here discovered they could stay. They pulled out their cell phones. They called their friends. They called their family. And 8 days later, 700 people became 10,503. This is a disaster, and it is a man-made disaster. It is the result of political decisions, and Joe Biden could end this tomorrow by simply following the law and reinstating the deportation flights back.
Well, you know, and I'm going to come back and revisit that, but here, let's just be clear. Here's another opportunity. If you really were concerned about doing damage to the Democrats, sounds to me like right now would be the greatest time to make an appeal to foundational Black Americans. But of course, we understand we are dealing with left feathers or left wing, right wing, same bird. They literally use these terms. Why? Because they are just wings of the same bird of white supremacy. And the people that they can't push it on, well, see, this is the thing. And that's why for most of those Saudis, they'll stay over in their country because they know if they come over here, they have to identify as white. So they have to come up under a whole nother situation. Now, they'll come over here and partake for a little minute, but most of them will go back home. However, you got the Asians where they're at, they're still going to sit up there and identify as white. You got all these Latinos with nothing but African genes in them, and all they can do is run here to be white. You have jet black Africans from the motherland who get right off the plane coming straight over here to go get Rosati. So, it is what it is. But nonetheless, none of these people are coming to interact with foundational black Americans. So notice, they're talking about, well, Joe Biden can stop this. Well, yeah. Unfortunately, foundational black Americans voted for that. The black Biden voters, boy, he could do no wrong. We have a whole nother crisis now. While having, and so these are the Haitians, not even including the Mexicans that are coming over. So we got a border crisis with Mexicans, we got a border crisis with Haitians, and then we got the damn Taliban coming over here free of charge on the dime of America. How about that? Well, this has been a bang-up year so far. We have not even made it to Halloween. But you have thoroughly been tricked, Joe Biden supporter, unless being a black Biden supporter means hating black people. Because at this point, you need to start looking at yourself like that. You voted that man in, and he gonna tell you right off the rip he ain't gonna do nothing for you in the first place. But then you turn around and vote for him anyway because somehow he's better than this ego-driven, narcissistic, always wanting to be able to cheer himself on individual in Donald Trump. And y'all couldn't see how to use that. What's so crazy is, I think of the game. You got all these strippers and whatnot. They know how to get money out of a trick all the time. When it comes down to the political situation, all of a sudden, understanding how to get something for what you're doing goes right out the window. We'll trick each other all day long. You can't even go get nothing for your vote. You won't even ask anything of your politician. But trick each other. Go figure. So let's go back to Ted. He's really upset. This is just political pandering season. So for all of the black folks that are about to come back out the woodwork, let's see, this is September, so we're almost to October. So your family members will be popping back up, let's say, probably around January. So get ready for the bullshit. Well, they might even get ready a little early because, things are different now. So you'll start seeing friends and family and associates starting to pop back up on the political talking end of things here just coming up. Because some of these people who are down with these associations get their marching orders, especially on the Democratic end, and these black Greeks. The call comes down, hey, we need you to start going out there toting this line, and that's what they're going to do. So just be mindful. You about to see a bunch of people who ain't had nothing to say for the last year pop up here in the next couple months on your timeline. Oh, man, shoot, Trump. If just look at your newsfeed, go to your Google newsfeed and see how often they're bringing up Donald Trump name. Donald Trump ain't in office right now. And he ain't going to be in office in 2022. Why is he such a topic of discussion? As a matter of fact, let me see. Because there's some of these articles. Let me put this back on here while I'm finding this article.
When you have open borders, this is what you have. Let me say to the heroes, the men and women of Border Patrol, who are risking their lives trying to do a job that their political superiors won't let them do. We appreciate your courage. We appreciate your service. This is wrong. This is not humane. This is not compassionate. This is lawless, and it is inviting suffering. This needs to end.
Well, he's upset. I mean, not really though. It's political theater, and using this as all of these. So using black folks by proxy. But these are black folks who can't vote. They're refugees. They're detainees. They're not even eligible to vote. But this is one of the one big Negro. So it's all black people because of these black people. So somehow these Haitians have something to do with us being here. No, man. No. Come on now. And, you know, Ted just he's holding on for the last shreds of political clout. You know what I mean? It's complete political theater. At this point, we got to start looking at our damn politicians as actors. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, son. Got my son coming in from another day of work. Politics at its finest. Absolutely. So let me see. And speaking of politics, so here's something else they're going to be doing too. I just want to read this headline. I'm about to go into this story, but I want to read this headline to you real quick. So we understand all the stuff that's going on in Texas right now for the abortion ban that's happened right there. There was such a sensitive person, I guess, that was attached to making the bill. This gentleman, matter of fact, hell, I'll just go in here and read it for you because the title is just too crazy. This is a article from The Guardian. Okay, this dude's name is Jonathan Mitchell. Okay, I wanted to make sure I got his name for y'all. Jonathan Mitchell. So women can say no to sex if Roe falls. So if they successfully get abortion completely banned, women can say no. Says architect of the Texas abortion bill. Jonathan Mitchell writes in Supreme Court brief that women can control their reproductive lives without access to abortion. Women can just say no. That's not really how that law came into being there, buddy, but whatever. So yeah, I just wanted to read that little tidbit. Oh, Lord. So they mad at Mark Zuckerberg. They mad at him because now they're saying basically Facebook and Instagram has not successfully, I guess, or they couldn't successfully basically make an algorithm for strategic speakers. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, absolutely. So they're upset because now they're trying to say that Facebook and Instagram have allowed people to get information out there that is getting young teens, giving mental anguish on the young teens about getting victimized. People have the right to their opinion. Facebook literally in Greek means brain book. That's what the whole purpose of it is. Okay? Facebook. And when in Greek, when you're talking about face means brain. So when you're looking at your Facebook, it's brain book. Like, what does it tell you? Like, well, hey, what are you thinking? Or what do you have to say? What's on your mind? Or what are your thoughts? Share your thoughts. Yeah, it's exactly what it is. It's meant to be that. And, just like these challenges, it's all means of giving who you are. Basically, it's these things are kind of like soul reporters, if I could, on a wicked end of things, but kind of like soul reporting. So really being able to tap into the essence of who a person is. And so remember, Facebook is the stuff that they know, okay, well, this is legal. But remember, these people that have these platforms, they see everything. They just can't use it in court. But nothing is hidden. So if you got a cell phone, smart TV, you close to a radio, you're bugged anyway. So there's no means of privacy beyond that. It's just means of privacy beyond what they could prosecute you for. But if you ever think you anywhere in this society right now where you got total privacy, forget about it. Forget about it. And you can, the only way you could is going back to analog, and analog is gone. Analog is gone, unfortunately. Don't make me have to go in here. What is this? I might have to. Damn, these pop-ups are killer. I need to show y'all this. Okay, this situation that happened in I guess it's happened in New York. There we go. Okay, yeah. So I guess this tourist was having an issue over having to wear a mask out there in New York City, and jumped on somebody out there. Let's see, where is this at? Is this it? Looks like it's commercial land. Let me get your commercial on out the way. It's a long commercial. Okay, so I'm gonna bring this up once this commercial is done. Hopefully that's it.
I do think it's important to hear from General Milley. You know, there is civilian control, but there's also way more to this story. And I think instead of jumping to saying things like he needs to resign, he needs fired, based on a leak excerpt of a book, when there's more people with more information, I think we need to take a potato, get the full answers before we start jumping to making it political. Because everything nowadays is tribal. This is particularly is something that doesn't need to be.
Don't know why this is playing.
It's obviously the soundbite that came.
Okay, can we get to where we need to go? The hell is this?
That's a good taco.
Dude.
Okay, here, let me see if I can find another place where that is. I mean, this is, I'm literally in the article and it's playing me something else. Let's see. Oh, also, Muhammad Nawar has had his case overturned somewhat. One of his charges has been vacated. So his third degree murder conviction was vacated. So I'm sure y'all probably have heard that by now. But the officer Muhammad Nawar, that was the cat out in Minneapolis who shot Justine Rezick Damon. She was from Australia a few years back, and they ran him in with no problem. Gave him 12 years with lickety split. You know, he got charged just like that. Because, you know, he's black and she was white. But, you know, these are the things that have happened in the year of L's of white supremacy. Never forget January 6th, where the image of these wicked beasts of the field was seen before the whole world. You know, before the entire world, and can't nobody do nothing about it. Matter of fact, they're about to have a whole little rally tomorrow to go out there in solidarity for the treasonous white supremacists who stormed the Capitol January 6th. Those domestic terrorists have supporters who are going to be going out there in support of their favorite domestic terrorists in the name of white supremacy. And then you'll have the left liberal media telling you that it was all about Trump and Trump supporters. No, these people are white supremacy supporters. Let's not call them Trump's. No, them being white supremacists and being fans and worshipers in the religion of white supremacy is what had them following Donald Trump. Donald Trump been a Democrat all these years supporting Hillary Clinton. Don't talk to me about no damn Donald Trump. If you're scared, stay at home, nigga. On some real shit. This is where the big boys play. We stand in front of our enemy and speak.
Minnesota's
boldly.
highest court has overturned former Minneapolis police officer Mohammed Noor's third-degree murder conviction. He's currently serving 12.5 years for the 2017 death of Justine Ruszczyk-Damon. Kirsten Swanson is here to explain the Supreme Court's ruling and, Kirsten, the implications it could have for other police officers.
Yeah, a lot to digest here. So Noor appealed shortly after his conviction in 2019 before the Minnesota Supreme Court, saying third-degree murder did not apply to his case. The court unanimously agreed.
It didn't.
His highest court handing down a pivotal ruling. Police officer Chief Justice Lori Gilday, writing for the justices, explained the language in the third-degree murder statute cannot be applied to his case, stating depraved mind murder cannot exist when the defendant's actions are directed with particularity at the person who is killed.
In short, what this third-degree murder, specific victim that the person is aiming for.
The moment I pulled the trigger.
In 2019, a jury convicted Noor of third-degree murder and second-degree manslaughter in the death of Justine Ruszczyk-Damon, the then officer striking Damon as she stood at their squad car in the alley behind her home.
If it had been a group of people who approached the squad car, it'd be a different question. But it was just the one person. It was clearly that one person that Noor was aiming at.
The language in the state statute has been hotly debated for years and has been used to charge police officers in Minnesota in deadly encounters, most notably ex-Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin.
They can no longer use third-degree murder in those cases.
We've been making that argument since the moment Mo Noor was charged with third-degree murder.
Noor's attorneys applauded the opinion. They spoke to their client this morning by phone.
We are so grateful he'll be coming home to his young family, and you know, it's about time.
But Ruszczyk-Damon's family say they are deeply saddened by the ruling. Her fiance Don describing it as a double blow against justice, saying in a statement, "I have lived with the tragic loss of Justine, and none of this can hurt my heart more than it has been. But now it truly feels like there has been no justice for Justine."
Blue lives matter, pal.
Noor will return to district court where he will be sentenced on the second-degree manslaughter charge. Because that's a lesser penalty, legal experts say it will be a lesser sentence. But in a statement, Hennepin County Attorney Mike Freeman says his office will seek the maximum sentence possible. Paul?
Okay, Kirsten, the high courts have been busy. Thank you.
Gotta get him. You gotta get him. You know, they just can't take that L. They gotta get him. So, you know, who knows? You know, he better watch his back out there. You know how them people go. They feel like they've taken an L. Wait a minute. How does he get away? He's get away with killing a good old white woman? So what next? Now he just go out and start raping? Because, you know, they always think we rape. Well, no, they don't. They know we're not. They always project their rape culture up onto us. And some black folks have been ignorant enough to repeat that bullshit. And try to identify somebody else's culture onto us. No. That ain't us. That is not us. Matter of fact, how the group with no power always suddenly, oh, it's so heavy in the black community. Shut up. And stop letting these people tell you your talking points about your own people. Get out here talking crazy against your own folks. You know how silly y'all look? Look like dummies. For real. Let me see. Hopefully I can find this damn story. Let me see. Do I have to go somewhere else? And while I'm trying to find the right article, please hit the like button, family, and share this broadcast. If you have not signed up or have subscribed rather to this broadcast, please do so right now by hitting the notification bell, getting all of your notifications when I go live or I upload a video, which I did today. Okay, hopefully this has it. Come on. Okay. Okay, I think I got it. Ain't that the truth? Keisha, yes, indeed. Okay, here we go. Yes. Damn, they're facing charges. Okay, okay, there we go. Let's get it on the screen for y'all. There we go.
3 tourists from Texas are facing charges after police say they assaulted a hostess at a popular Manhattan restaurant.
Police say the violent scuffle started when the women refused to show proof of vaccination in order to eat indoors. CBS News' Natalie Duddridge reports from the Upper West Side.
Cell phone video shows several women involved in a scuffle that almost knocked over the hostess stand at Carmine's restaurant on Broadway and West 91st Street around 5 last night.
I saw her like scratch on the neck.
This turned into a mess, and from there, it's unexcusable. Ridiculous.
Carmine's owner says a 24-year-old hostess who just started working here weeks ago was punched, slapped, and her necklace ripped off when she asked a group of diners to show proof of COVID-19 vaccinations, a city policy to eat indoors.
Our employee, thankfully, is safe right now. She's extremely shook up. 2 other people had minor issues.
Those 2 other people were waiters who stepped in to help and also got hurt in the brawl.
That's crazy. A physical fight with a person who is doing just her job, it's not okay.
I'm into protecting yourself if somebody attacks you, but I'm definitely not into violence.
Police say 3 women from Texas, a 49-year-old, a 44-year-old, and her 21-year-old daughter were taken into custody, given desk appearance tickets, and released. Manhattan's borough president is calling on the city and state to implement harsher penalties.
Do not assault restaurant workers who are doing their job to keep us safe. I can't believe this happened here. We have to increase the fines if that's what it takes.
Carmine's owner says he has no problem with the vaccine mandate and prepared staff to deal with unruly customers and possible pushback, but never expected this.
We ID for 21-year-olds all the time for bar. We've done training weeks before this talking about the enforcement.
Now Carmine's owner says he has no option but to pay for security to monitor the front entrance to keep his staff safe. On the Upper West Side, Natalie Duddridge, CBS 2 News.
A court date for the 3 women is set for October.
Oh Lord, the most. That is pretty interesting though, because usually, and notice this. Okay, for those of us in this chat, we are fully aware of what we see every day on Instagram, Twitter, and on our timelines with these Karens and these Brads and Chads out here that hate wearing masks and throw fits on airplanes and whatnot. But here, this gets a whole story. The reason why it gets a whole story is because it was black folks. They could finally put a black face on people flipping out over not wearing masks. Y'all, I mean, man, that's game, man. Then this is why we have to recognize how they use this political propaganda. Propaganda is a major tool, man, and that again, shoot, just like have we heard anything about the case of the babyface bandits? What's going on with them kids down there in Florida? The same place that Othell Wallace actually had listed as an address at one point. I think he was doing things with the youth over there, I believe. So, you know, and they're looking to give that brother the death penalty. So, for y'all, make sure y'all keep eye on the Othar Wallace case, because that brother needs the support because his rights were being violated. He defended himself, and in this land of this wicked society, if you are black and you defend yourself against any white person, especially a police officer, no matter how much they are in the wrong and how much they are looking to harm you, you will be in the wrong for defending yourself. I, for myself, can vouch for that. You know, being here in the city of Portland, never having any type of legal issues at all, but defending yourself against a white supremacist, you know, that I've known people that had to take it to the box. I know people that had to take it to the box. You know, and you know, I've been known to be a political asshole, so they've taken their advantages. But I'll tell you this: some positions was vacated before I came home. Rod Underhill, what's happening, man? Still ain't forgot about you, Claire. Because you know what? All the work that you've done over the years with this predatory prosecution, you know, that's probably something that should be looked at, as well as Ted Willer's association with you as being police commissioner. But hey, I'm just saying people should kind of look into those things. And for my Pennsylvania people, y'all got Philly, Danielle Outlaw as your police commissioner. She's our former chief of police, so she can tell you how things run out here. She got the hell out of here lickety split. The first little job came for her. She was like, I'm gone. Smart. Yeah, smart. Because like here is this is the liberal training ground, really. If you want to know how to be liberal and uphold the culture and preserve the future of white supremacy, this place is one of the most ideal training grounds for that type of behavior, that type of mind state. That's why they keep building here. For some reason, in the midst of all of this, our house market is booming. We got a bunch of apartments, though, that can't seem to be filled. So what does that say? That means that there are people with homes in the midst of a pandemic. Ain't that quite interesting? Where's that money coming from? But I mean, you know, I've noticed things here a lot. So I'm just an observant person. Like when I started seeing all the Koreans coming here many years ago, I was like, what's all this tourist business going here with all these Asians? Why am I seeing Asians by the boatload? And they're going here like, this is what this is. Almost like, say for instance, if you're doing, like you're buying a house and you're doing your final walkthrough on your house, and you got your tape, you're going to go put your markers here like, we need this fixed, we need this fixed, we need this fixed, we need this fixed. You know, well, that would be right before your final walkthrough. But now you're doing the final walkthrough. All of these things are supposed to be taken care of. You're going through to make sure everything was right in the spots to where you thought it was a problem. Yeah, so it was almost like they were having these people come here to look around and like, okay, well, check out your new digs. Like, where are these Asian people coming from? And they was in Portland by the busloads. And I was coming through, I had to go through Portland or go through downtown Portland every day at that time from where we was living. So traveling across town to and fro every day, I was downtown seeing this. Almost every day I could see a group, and it was like different groups of maybe about 25 to 30 Asians every day with our, I don't know what the hell they call these people here, but we have these people here, I'm sure you guys have them in your cities, that do the tour guides in your towns. So they take people here, they're like kind of tied to the Chamber of Commerce type individuals. So that type of thing. But yeah, man, I was noticing all of that. So we were seeing the gentrification of a nation. That's what we see it right now with a whole new worker servant class that they're trying to let in, because they understand, like, okay, well, we need to get reinforcements against you hard-headed Negroes, because you hard-headed Negroes ain't going along with the program no more like we used to, and y'all starting to talk different and do different things. Well, it was all meant to be, and I believe we were supposed to. You know what I mean? Get that off of there. And prime example again. Let me show this again, or not again. Let me get this on the screen. They don't. Well, they do understand what's going on worldwide, and the errors of their previous actions, because again, we all understand cause and effect. Everybody just seems to believe in cause and effect until it comes down to black folk. You know, karma, the yin and the yang. You'll be up, you'll be down. Everybody believes in that until it comes to black folk. Well, maybe, just maybe, if we were ones that were looked at to be most tied to the tree of life, possibly doing us harm would be putting out a bad energy in the universe. Wouldn't you think? Again, I'm just talking energies here. This was a couple of weeks ago, and not even about 9 days ago. I was just wondering if anybody was going to be paying attention to this storyline, but luckily, no. NPR reported it, but it just kind of went under the radar. Nobody's really paying attention. First came a quake in Mexico, then strange blue lights. People feared the apocalypse. Strange blue lights. Damn, cars hanging all the way off the cliff, ain't they? Let's see, what does that say right there? A magnitude 7.1 earthquake shook Acapulco. So yeah, the earthquake that hit Acapulco said, and then there was burst of blue lights streaking across the sky after the earthquake. You know, I did a broadcast not too long ago called "The Harvest is Ripe." You know, I had a guest on who you would not see on this broadcast again, but I had a guest on to talk about the earthquakes that were going on, and I also made mention that there was over 170 volcanoes just attached to the North America. So this says Mexico City. Mexicans are sharing spectacular videos of bursts of blue light seen streaking across the skies as a strong earthquake rocked the country's Pacific coast city of Acapulco on Wednesday. The 7.2 magnitude, the other one said 7.0 magnitude quake struck some 11 miles northeast of the resort city in southwestern state of Guerrero. At least one person was killed, buildings were damaged, and rock slides littered a major highway. But the tremor didn't cause widespread damage. That's interesting. It did rattle the nerves, though. The earthquake could be felt some 200 miles away in Mexico City and lasted nearly a minute. Residents fled into the streets as buildings swayed, sidewalks indulted, and the blue lights burst brilliantly in the sky. Twitter users posted videos of blue flashes. Now I wonder what they're saying these blue flashes are. Here's a video. Let's take a look, shall we?
Exactamente el momento en el que el Servicio Sismológico Nacional está dando como la hora de inicio de este sismo, que ya decías, Ana Paula, preliminar 6.9, con localización a 14 kilómetros al sureste de Acapulco, Guerrero, que fue el primer sensor, digamos, que captó este movimiento telúrico ahí en las costas del Océano Pacífico, en las costas del estado de Guerrero, y esta es pues la imagen del momento aquí en las antenas de Televisa Chapultepec, un movimiento telúrico que las autoridades dicen de fuerte a muy fuerte, que fue como se sintió. Hace unos
Damn. Wow. This is my first time actually watching the video. Because I read the article, but I didn't actually watch the video. This is my first time of watching the video because I was like, oh, well, hell, this has tweets of the actual event. Wow. Man, let's watch that again. Damn, that was crazy.
Exactamente el momento en el que el Servicio Sismológico Nacional está dando como la hora de inicio de este sismo, que ya decías, Ana Paula, preliminar 6.9, con localización a 14 kilómetros al sureste de Acapulco, Guerrero, que fue el primer sensor, digamos, que captó este movimiento telúrico ahí en las costas del Océano Pacífico, en las costas del estado de Guerrero, y esta es pues la imagen del momento aquí en las antenas de Televisa Chapultepec, un movimiento telúrico que las autoridades dicen de fuerte a muy fuerte, que fue como se sintió. Hace unos
Interesting, ain't it? Wow. So, okay, there's more. Oh, there's more. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, there sure is. One more time so I can believe what I'm seeing. Woke One, and Keisha, and Conscious. Yeah, that is a little too coordinated for me. And another thing about it is, I have been, around for a while, but, there is a very reputable source that I had an encounter with years back that informed me of a future plan, which involves blue evil, as they put it, blue evil. So, it's like, but one of the things you'll always be able to know that this particular, ritual of such would be going forth is to look for the blue. So every time I see things like that, I'm very leery, because blue also represents in some situations like hidden knowledge and hidden wisdom. And then you have Project Blue Beam. So this one kind of seems a little orchestrated for my taste. There was some years back, some brothers. Actually, no, I don't even think this was some years back. No, this is after I came home. So this is around, because actually I remember when this brother initially posted this. This is around October 2019, I think. I think this is over a year old. If this is newer, then maybe not. But there's been multiple incidences like this. However, I just want to show y'all this. For those who are, I hope no one gets offended, because these brothers who are filming this are definitely, I wouldn't call them religious, but they're very heavily spiritual individuals. So please don't be offended by the names they call out.
Look at that. Wow, bro. Yo, Barakatah Yahweh Shimi Yahushai. That's heavy. That's heavy, man. Yo, Barakatah Yahweh Shimi Yahushai. Look at that. Yo, it's like dozens of, yo, man. Wow. Barakatah Yahweh Shimi Yahushai. Kal halal yom la Yahweh Shimi Yahushai. This is heavy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And they still coming. Look at this. Wow. This is heavy, man. Barakatah Yahweh Shimi Yahushai. Look at that. Wow. Wow.
Also, take notes. This is just a brother and his cell phone. No big production, no big event, no none of this. This is just one of their days of street preaching, and them just so happen to be out. Actually, this brother right here was literally out in the midst of his live. So he was in the live and just, talking about how his belief that those beings in those little entities up there would be coming to grab some folks. So so what you're hearing is, while he was in the midst of his live saying they're just gonna start popping up, this happened.
Wow, yo, this is a wondrous works indeed, man. Barakatah Yahweh Shimi Yahushai. Look at this miracle. Wow. It ain't stopping. Look at that. Yo, Barakatah Yahweh Shimi Yahushai.
Now that looks coordinated,
wow,
but not by man.
Look at that. Wow. Kal halal yom la Yahweh Shimi Yahushai. Those are the chariots of the Lord, man. Those are the angels. Look at that. Those ain't no balloons or no planes, man. We know those are the chariots of the Lord. They still coming. Look at that. Man, look at the formation.
Another reason why they don't let these astronauts go do a whole bunch of talking, because they can't talk about the stuff they actually seen up there. You understand me? There's a beam that they have long constructed a long time ago, because I remember watching this footage. One of these things that you're seeing on the screen did a end around the sun, and then when it came around the other side of the sun, it literally had like a trail of ice coming off of it. You know how badass you got to be to pull something like that off around the damn sun? I mean, it literally spun a full circle around the sun, and when you seen it pop out the other end, it had a trail of ice off of it. Yo. Now, I'm sure some of us can say, you know, I've never felt like I would belong here. That ain't a bad trip to take now, is it?
Though, and some of them already disappeared. Look at that.
Yes, sir, Conscious.
Wow. Wow. I'm amazed right now, man. Barakata Yahweh Shimi Haushai.
He was literally in his live. The sky was clear. And then just as he was doing his live. Boop.
Some of them already disappeared.
Yes, Keisha. You already know. Real black.
Hey, man, we out of here, man. This is heavy. Oh, I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped, man. Call hello, yum la Yahweh Shimi Haushai. Wow.
Yes,
it had to be about 20 or 30.
So yeah, it was about 20 of them. And what the craziest thing is, that brother was not the only one that weekend. Some of the other brothers over there in Germany and down there in New York. So for all intents and purposes, I know a lot of people didn't know what he was talking about, but you know, I've never made any mistake or any, you know, shied away from who I am and what I am, and what I represent and who I represent. With that being said, of course, I like to keep this platform here for more practical use and practical delivery, because, you know, a lot of people, you start teaching out any type of what people look at organized religion, because for me, I like to tap into the individuals, and then the individuals can go ahead and see where I get my inspiration, the source of my inspiration. And I can lead you there. You know, I am not anyone to be a buffer. You know what I'm saying? No. I make introductions. So I would, you know, with what you just saw, don't take that and put the white man shit on it. Okay? Put black folks on that. Don't see what you, oh, it's little grays and all of this. No. If that's where your mind goes, you are seeing that, and you are in the absolute wrong state of mind to understand. I guess with that being said, it's not really going to be something that everybody can get. I get that. But with that being said, for those of you who do, it's a great thing, ain't it? It's a great thing. So we're seeing projects that man has made, that they're tuning up to go forward. We're watching CERN and HARP, and Blue Beam. You know, they because it's really going to take all of them for one. But then remember, they have this beam that is what they call what is it? I don't know what the hell they call it, but it's like for that interstellar defense that they've had it actually before Reagan. Reagan was just the one who was talking about putting more money into fighting what was out there in space. But they got this thing that can shoot straight up in the goddamn sky. And it literally is coming off the Earth. And this thing can shoot a beam so quick from the Earth shooting past the space station. That's what the Earth got. So they know what they're up against. So just look, like I was saying in that broadcast, the harvest is right. And something that I did for that broadcast, that's where I learned they actually literally call the study of melanin the study of the tree of life. They literally call the study of melanin the study of the tree of life. You hearing me? Crazy, yo. Crazy. But true. think of why everything they shove down our throats is to be a distraction to us. Why? Well, because when you're not focused on being one who can say, imagine if you could master the art of instant meditation or consistent meditation while being conscious. Anybody understand what I mean? If you need to get to a small, subtle, quiet place to operate in a certain space, maybe find a way to bring right now and that together. When more and more people start doing that, for those of y'all who saw Planet of the Apes, when Caesar, the monkey, was rolling down, tossing the vials of gas, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm about. I don't want to be away. I don't want to be up here. I don't want to be down here. I want to be in the middle. I want to be in the middle of everything. Because everything that could be called good. You know what I mean? For those of y'all who are undesirous of that type of environment, then what I'm saying ain't for you. But I mean, you know, there are those of us who really desire about being around like-minded people. People with the same kind of heart, the same kind of spirit, the same kind of love for one another. You understand what I'm saying? It's okay to love one another. We've been taught that there's something wrong with that. And we feel better being angry at each other. One of the reasons is we got to accept the effects of slavery. The effects of slavery have done major damage to us. And I wasn't really going to hit on this part, but I guess I have to. I saw a sister do a video, and I posted some of her Instagram shorts before. She's recently came out and kind of denouncing the B1 space. And that's cool. Because truth be told, right now at this stage in the game, if your heart ain't in it for the love of it, bow out. Bow out. All you're going to do is find heartache here. If you're not here for the love of it, bow out. I know things look like, oh man, they could do this or they could do that. If you're not really ready for people to really just hate you for the love that you give, quit. This is not for you. You're not going to hate your way into someone loving you. One thing I cannot tolerate is you using consciousness as a excuse for you bringing your years of trauma and hurt into your failed relationships. There is nothing about being conscious that has anything to do with that. The trauma, the daddy issues, and all of that is yours. This is a functioning entity. You're dysfunctional. That's fine. Don't blame the functioning for your dysfunction. We can't run no man off for you. We can't run no woman off for you. We can't destroy a relationship for you, and we cannot destroy a friendship bond for you. You must own that. And I don't give a damn about how much expensive therapy they will give you. That's just going to make you feel good. But what they should have told you is, your ass has been hurting people for a very long time, because hurt people hurt people. And don't ever put that tag on consciousness if long before you came to consciousness, one of your ex-boyfriends had to drop you off at rehab for depression. You were that bad that they had to put you in a car and drop you off. It is not being conscious that took you there. This is for the love. It was your anger, pain, and hurt that took you there. Don't put that on this B1 movement. Do not. I have all the sympathy in the world, but do not ever put your failed relationships on being black first. No siree Bob. This lady had the nerve to say that she actually got this new dude. Good for you. Congratulations. Congratulations. You got a new man, and you see, this is the thing for me. I'm glad you bowed out, because when we're starting to move over here into the tried and true, let me just tell you something right now. If you put the hashtag in Instagram for new black media, Queen Ahmadiyya Shakur's face pops up. I didn't just start doing what I do yesterday, but I do what I do for the love. So if I'm doing what I'm doing for someone behind the scenes, I may never ever mention it, because it's not about recognition, damn it. It's about the message and about the movement. And if I say something or I post something that somebody else gets and everybody else can get the message, damn it, that's what I'm about. I know there's a lot of people that want, man, they're talking about me. That's cool, because, you know, I mean, if you're supposed to be getting copied if you're good. That's one of the biggest things to let you know, all right, okay, I'm kind of doing something. You know, now don't get no big head about that, but that does let you know, like, oh, okay, people are paying attention. You understand what I'm saying? And for me, I've always been one. I like to empower everybody around me, because I need everybody at my level. That's how I look at it. I travel my days with that mind state. I want you just as sharp as me. The hell I want you to be up under me for? Nigga, if I'm in a battle and I need you to watch my back, I want my eyes there. So if I'm saying, okay, well, I can help you get to this point, or you can help me get here, then yeah, we rocking like that. I don't need to be number one for nothing. Matter of fact, I so enjoy being behind the scenes. Even if I'm making the decisions, I still love being behind the scenes. You understand me? Conscious out loud. Hey man, y'all know I've always been low profile. You know, it's just now that because things were happening, I had to start showing my face, because people start calling me a bot. I'm not a bot. Matter of fact, could a bot really have this type of perspective? That's a genius bot. Boy, that person needs to be at the Pentagon. Be on my level or be gone. Right, woke one. And, you know, not in the aspect of how some people say, like, I only want to talk to the smart people. No, I want to let you know that you have the ability to be just as smart as anyone else. But what you cannot do is being lazy. You cannot be intellectually lazy and then say, well, I'm going to be just like everybody. No, you have to do this intellectual work. But that has to come from in here. If this and so I'm just imploring anyone, if you want to be in this space as a visible component, do it for the love, because it absolutely will destroy you if you do it out of hate. Because what you're building here, you're building equity and love. So if you're harboring all of this energy, you kind of like, you're literally destroying your own. It's like you're building a house every day, and then something in your mind clicks and you sleepwalk in the middle of the night and go to where you're building your house and start throwing termites in the shit. don't shoot yourself in the foot. You know? That's like I said on these other broadcasts. If you want to ever be in a position to raise money, don't be up on your platform crapping on other people doing anything that they're asking for money for, because people remember that. And you got to, for folks who have experienced nothing but poverty, you want to make a financial base. You want to ever put any kind of negative connotation about you in their mind, even if it's towards someone else? Would you? I'm giving game for free right now, if you didn't know. Would you really want to do that? That's why, you know, sometimes silence is better. Brother Polite is probably learning that the hard way right now. I don't know where the hell his big homies are, but somebody should have shut Brother Polite up by now. He just got his charges upgraded too, by the way. Damn. Told your happy, proud ass to shut up. Now, again, like I was saying, when you see them chariots and what they were saying, I want to explain something to some of the people who might not understand. And some people were upset, but you know, be upset, because something that Brother Polite did in his tirade of being upset at the elders and apostles of Great Millstone is he called out to street gang members to go bang on these brothers. If you see them preaching on the street with the Bible, go bang on them niggas. If you in your hood, don't let them niggas do this. You gotta go bang on them because they against the black woman, and the black woman is God. And now you sit here with these funky ass charges on a 14-year-old goddess player. Should have never went down to 34 for 7. So when he's talking about, well, some people saying this and that, don't think it is, but this didn't happen by way of, like, when he was dealing with Tazariak and all of them. This ain't got nothing to do with that. It's got everything to do with 34 for 7. And when he took his ass down there with Sarnetta and the homie Sankofa, and by the way, Sankofa is even by how I even met, or even, I haven't, not met, but how I learned of Great Millstone. And this is way back before they were in Great Millstone. They were all still part of One West. When you had one of the brothers out there that had the TV show, Wake Up! Wake Up! If y'all old enough to remember that. So yeah, I've been around for a minute, man. Been around for a minute, man. I still got that on my hard drive, too. So yeah, like I said, don't make me pull that out, Polite. And you, not to mention, you got roasted too. So I mean, you went down there with your philosophy, and that's like when people would be like, "Man, what you think about Bro Polite?" Yeah, he cool. I mean, but see, I know, but like he was able to, you know, get big and started like popping and whatnot. It's all good. I ain't gonna hate on nobody hustle, but it's a hustle. So when you see Polite, just know it's about the money. He don't give a damn about niggas. You crazy? He don't care about cash. Okay? You see how he flossing? Did that look like somebody that really cares about the movement? Now it's 2021, and look, he got his picture on styling and profiling, y'all. Look at me in my $1,000 brim. Hell out of here with that whack shit. And you wonder why people on your top right now. He was wearing a damn IRA around his eye. Look at him now. Same with young Pharaoh. Jeweled out, baby. Watch me. I'm a player. I'm a boss. Oh, and then did y'all hear the thing with young Pharaoh talking about how it wasn't going to be no regular porn in his world and only grown men with grown men and grown women with grown women? He's only condoning gay porn? The hell is wrong with that boy? Sorry, y'all. Please don't ask me about nobody because I will tell you who I support. I don't support the people I don't support because I don't know these Negroes. So I'm a person who vets mine, and I mean I vet people on multiple levels. I'm from Portland, so I can find out who you is in your city. So I mean, if you're not really thorough, I mean shit. If you in your city ask about Mikey, they'll say which one, the dark one or the one with the glasses? The one from Portland? Oh yeah, I know him. Shit. And it's like not, I mean, man, when you the cool dude, you can be the cool dude. It's cool to be the cool dude. You know, some of us have thought being abrasive is cool. No, man, doing things in love is. We have to get back to the love part of it because we have been so decimated with hatred. We almost look at love as a bad thing. Brandon Cruz sings, welcome. Louise also, yes, welcome. Because this is crazy, man. But I'm glad I'm starting to see a lot of people move back into the situation of understanding going at each other ain't the business, because it really ain't. And I've seen a lot of people starting to back off of that. Some people had to back off of other people behind it. You know, we all have different lanes, and I hope we can all accept that we need, if we want to be like this big entity, we can't look for one person to be everything. You know, so I'm going to be in my lane, y'all going to be in y'all lane, and we going to build this thing together. We got to build it in love, though. And for right now, for the sister who decides to change her perspective, she wants to go now be with her new dude. It's not B1, as she said. She wants to go celebrate Christmas now, you know. All of these things that, you know, people commit themselves to, because that's what commitment is. She really wasn't, and that's fine. She really wasn't committed to it. But she has had a lot of women come through her presence to where she was just dissing the hell out of these sisters. Because, you know, sisters being in their overweightness for whatever reason, like, you're fat, ain't nobody gonna watch you, and Kevin Samuels was right, you're gonna die alone because you're fat. Now that, it's like a little abrasive. Now some of the things that she was talking about on the modesty and the things, I've totally agree with. But, you know, she said some hurtful things, I guess, out there that other women could probably feel some kind of way about. And I will say, you know, she definitely had kind of an abrasive delivery. With that being said, I wish that sister well. This ain't for her. She is expected to be, you know, I hope people take her with a grain of salt and understand. When you start seeing her do some things, she did a video saying that she was changing up the way she was going. I guess she's had an epiphany or revelation. I just wish it wasn't coming at the expense of the B1 space and trying to put some kind of attachment of her failed relationships to being B1. And like she's like, hey, I wasn't dealing with it too. If you ain't seen all of the hidden colors, I wasn't even talking to you. That's a personal character issue and emotional issue. That ain't got nothing to do with being black first. Being black first is simply recognizing I am choosing to represent my tribe first, look out for my tribe's interests first, and never publicly speak out against my tribe. That's too much for you. Well, then maybe you have invested too much into your hatred versus looking at the basic principle of it. That's why you can't do things out of hatred. Can't do things out of hurt. You got to do it out of love. And so when you're operating out of love, you can sit back and analyze things without getting upset. Because where love resides, that's where hurt people there's like if love resides here, hurt people are showing up like magnets, y'all. So that is one thing to be mindful of. The magnets are showing up, baby. You best believe it. Just like for like wearing Prada. Man, I got my red dye, I got my Christian Louis Vuitton. Stop. Weirdo. I mean, you know, Man and the one wife. It's like, it's so funny how they look now, because back then they was trying to be all Afrocentric. So I see these same women like, damn, because my wife was like, is that her? It's like, oh yeah, that's the chick with that weird ass accent. And what to talk to you? Do you know what? We as the women don't need the men to have a baby. Jesus. Let me tell you something. I didn't show up yesterday. Polite's wife was on this. She was teaching this kick back in the day about how women could get pregnant without men. Women can have a baby, and she had some really bugged out philosophy that ended up being debunked. But I mean, you know, that's what they was on back then. So I mean, I've watched the evolution and failure of a lot of things. You know, you also, you know, I'm hearing things in the streets. Everybody who was there that night out of order is man, things ain't so hot. Now the other one, he's taking a more humble approach. But you know, from my understanding, some packages have been dropped off. So we'll know. Who knows? All I know is everybody who was there that day out of order in 2021 ain't having fun. You know, when somebody say, I don't believe the spiritual implications of messing with you today, well, you're not on my time now, are you? You ain't on our own time. So when it happened to you, it happened to you. And, hey, man, all I can say is humility can go a long way, brother. But I don't know what the hell you're going to do for yourself in front of them people doing a bunch of prideful-ass videos in $1,000 clothes. I guess he's just living it up because he's like, yeah, this is over. Because, yeah, they break their tools. See, y'all got to remember, they use black consciousness also as a tool. Tim Samore, what's going on? B1. So we have all of these issues we got to deal with, and we got to make sure we keep our eye on all of these people. And, you know, do it in love, though. Again, we have to make sure we get away from what we have been taught. One of the things we have been taught, man, is let's be angry at every given damn turn. I gotta be strong. Strong don't mean angry. I mean, damn. Really? I went to prison for shooting a white supremacist. Do I seem like an angry man? I'm a happy man. And anyway, I bet you wouldn't do it again if that was the case. Doing the right thing don't change the principle of what they gonna do. What they gonna do. You understand me? There was a white man in the same situation as myself. No charges was even filed. But a black man with a legal weapon shooting a white man, they do not want that image going forth at all. Because the last thing they want anybody to do with a legal right to own their firearms, and that would always carry their firearms without incident, when you have to defend yourself and use it, they don't want the general public to see you, especially a person that talks like myself. Can you imagine them just letting me free? Can you imagine? So no, they wasn't gonna let that fly. Oh no, they showed up with. I mean, everything about my whole situation was absolutely railroad. I mean, we had politicians on my shit. Now, that's why I could call your names out. Ted Willard, kiss my ass. You know, he's our mayor. You already know what you did. That's why Rod Underhill left, your partner. Both of y'all can kiss my ass. You know what you did. Shit. And from sitting inside, got your punk ass out that seat. Shout out Mike Smith. Shout out to everyone who came to visit me while I was in there, and the politicians that did. I'm not a right-wing dude. I am conservative on my views and values, but no, I'm not finna come out endorsing no damn Republican. So we had to shut his ass down and send him out packing. But I mean, these are the things that people go through, and so understand. I know how people could look at me because people like, I was on certain people's broadcasts. They talked about how, man, y'all was swinging off of Tariq's nuts. Let me tell you something, man. They ain't the person that you done had. I mean, there's not a person that you really have that you've been fooling with like that that's ever had to be in my situation. And so, it sounds cool to say what you would do. Now, I'm one that done it. So I need you to shut your mouth when you talk to me. Tell me about nothing, about whose nuts I'm swinging off of. Shut your mouth. Either raise your hand or be quiet. You know what I'm saying? Because we do it over here. And, I mean, shit, we do it with the consequence of the consequence. But I'm not finna let you take my life for nothing. You bitching? Hell no, you better defend yourself. If you got to do your time behind defending yourself, so damn be it. We are facing so much out here, family, that we got to learn how to be fearless. And you don't have to be angry to be fearless. I don't have to be hateful to be fearless. But I do have to love myself enough to make sure I make the determination that I go home tonight. Is there something wrong with that? I'm not, come on, man. Yo, all I'm saying is protect yourself, love yourself enough to protect yourself beyond what consequence you got people telling you in your ears that you gonna get, you can't be doing that to the white people now. And there were some coons out there that had that sentiment when I had my little situation. One of the worst things you can ever do is be a rat on your own people for a white supremacist. Or go out there and support a lie against black people for white supremacists as a black person. I've seen both done against me. Family even. And I'm happy. I really am. Because, I understand where we are in this world. And there's a lot of hurt people in this place. And being secure with my own self, it just allows me to be in that space. I know it's hard for some, like that sucker ass that, went on went on the rant in my Instagram, calling me all out of my name, but still has not yet to show his face in front of a camera when he know where I'm at in every meeting. But, I'm saying, he was in the background. I'm sorry. He was in the background with a mop this last time. So, yeah, I'll give him credit for that. He was in the shadows. But for y'all who know, y'all know. And I want to make myself clear. As a leader, words work, but integrity works even better. So when I'm sitting up here put in a position on some sucker lane, and then he wants to hide behind women, me as a man, I don't honor that. I don't give a damn about what sexual preference he is. When he jumps on there and jumps off the porch to a grown man, he now has to address me as such. And I will accept nothing less. So if you want to be in the same state with me, boy, you better get from behind them women. You got my phone number. And you got my DMs. I ain't hard to find. Be a man and handle your business, player. But don't put no more messages on my Instagram because I'm not responding to nothing. I don't operate that way, G. I had you on my broadcast to say the harvest is right. And I ain't mentioned your name yet. But seeing that we are moving into a new situation, I am making sure dead weight is eliminated. Your days are numbered in this camp. We are Al-Kebulon. You are not. With that being said, somebody get him. And we are setting standards, and that's the whole point. Queen Adia, absolutely. That's my point. We are building something new. We cannot build anything with rats and snakes as bricks. I'm available for conversation if this person, an individual, felt differently. But because they know they're so much of a cowardly ass rat, then they're going to continue to do things. So just bide your time there, buddy. But I would start looking for another place to be. Because when you have to run across me, I'm going to lay down that law. Try me if you want. See, this is the one thing I love. Sometimes people's eyes get bigger than their stomach. But even worse than that, their lies are bigger than the planet. So you say you do things and you say you can do things. You think I would ever let you around anything that would secure me, Negro? You kidding? Anyway. Ladies, get your boy. Beatzilla ain't playing. And y'all, I'm saying this publicly because y'all heard me real time. Off the scene. So I'm going super light. Because I'm 1000% real. I mean what I say and I live it. I walk it as I talk it. I do this out of love. And for a person to talk out the crack of their ass and not really know what the hell they talking about, first off, you need to go wash yours first before you open your mouth to me. Second of all, you need to understand, we all have different lives. So to be able to think that you could sum up my existence by a few Instagram posts shows your ignorance. Let me tell you something, and I'm going to be really light, but I'm going to just be very open and candid with all y'all. Because I don't want anyone to ever leave here thinking I hate somebody because they sexual orientation. I have a homosexual cousin who has been homosexual, and my mother has been openly lesbian since I was 13. So if you think that I'm a homophobe or whatever, I need you to kiss my black ass. You funky dread bearing bitch. And I'm talking about a man. So y'all let him know how I feel, because I'm not finna let this ride no more. Get that boy on the phone. Get him on that camera. Let's stop playing this game and let's move forward. With that being said, Babylon is falling. Babylon is falling. Let it fall with the Lucifer worshipers with it. And let us rise. Yeah, and also, by the way, I also see you when you pop up in these other chats, so I know your aliases too. I just been going light on your top, partner. So I see you pop up in the chats that I moderate. I know when you there. I get informed when you there because you're so out of bounds. But because you really understand my true get down and how I really do talk, I know you don't want that but don't pop up on public talking stupid to me if you can't even get on a phone with me because you too cowardly. Well, I don't want to know what he gonna say. You know what I'm gonna say. So you shouldn't have did that whole act. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all know me. Probably, I'm gonna send you home thinking about some things, player. Because, you take people light. I'm a light-hearted man. But I have my standards and I have my stances. You ain't near one of my children, my wife, my daddy. I mean, hell. I mean, truth be told, my daddy actually closer in proximity to you right now. Shout out Smyrna, Georgia. See, I got people everywhere, baby. So we need to learn this. I want to build. And, you know, when people can put things in places, let's do such. But at the same time, I watch everything. And I watch everybody, and as well as people. I go back so far to being on my own street, seeing that semi-truck with them Louisiana plates parked right up the block. Somebody say, hey, yo, you got to meet this partner, man. You and him talk just alike. This is the early 2000s. He's one of the most prominent individuals in this space right now who most of y'all have never seen. On my block. That's just the irony in how destiny happens in these things. Shout out Haight Avenue. What's up, Nana? Come on now. Portland's an interesting place. Everybody seems to pass through here at some given point in time. And just to see how people have turned and flourished now in this space, especially knowing how people was coming. Like, this is in the day when, like, black brothers was just starting to get into the investing into buying your own semi-truck game. So, man, that's the first time I saw a brother that a young brother that was, you know, around my age that actually had his own damn semi. He bought that shit. So when he say he got his paper straight, he ain't playing. That was over 20 years ago. What was it, 20? So about 18 years ago, give or take. But, you know, when people get out here, well, I don't know, he never shows his face. What on earth would a man of that, in his tax bracket, be showing his face for what he did? People just so stupid. So stupid. Why do you think some people ain't talking? There's plenty of people in these chats that got stuff to say that could be on a platform right now, but they have to work a job every day. They got to work a career. So a person who's still taking chances to put themselves out there like that and to be able to move, shut up. Some of y'all just don't know how to win. God. And the first sign of somebody winning, because it's so foreign to you, you look at it as a loss. And then start shooting it down. Oh, why aren't you explaining to me? Why aren't you putting down the blueprints on Facebook? Why aren't you putting it down on YouTube? Where are the blueprints and schematics on Twitter? Whew. Y'all niggas kill me. Y'all niggas kill me. So when I have to hop on your platform and talk about anything just to say, stop hating on another black individual in public, doesn't mean that I'm riding anybody's nuts. It means that I have the back of all of us. And clearly, you being in your emotions right now are looking at it short-sightedly. That's fine. I'm over here looking at the big picture, and I just need you to pipe down for a minute. Because it's about the whole group. Nicki Minaj right now is representing every black American, and she's a damn Caribbean, Trinidadian or something like that, right? No, Basin. She's a Basin. She's from Barbados. So, how does a Basin all of a sudden represent all black America? Because it's not about how we view ourselves. It's about how they view us. Hence the question on the dude. I guess he blocked me from on Judah Queen's broad. She made a post back on Twitter. And this dude got all in his feelings talking about, well, this foreigner, that's not, that doesn't make any sense for white supremacy. That deals with her. Shit, we got our own problems. I don't think we need to invest any energy. White supremacy is global. Man, ain't no white supremacy global. Man, we got enough problems to deal with at home. How we got enough time to deal with that? white supremacy is global. Well, I don't see how we gonna be able to deal with this at home, and then we gonna be. Rihanna's base. Oh, she's Trinidadian. Okay, gotcha. So think about that. I mean, you know how people use certain names for references? We are in such a state to where black folks will literally jump up and make it about the reference that you just made. I don't like that person. I don't like that person, man. You making a whole thing about how being vegan is better than eating pork. And, well, okay, you give an example. Well, you know, Frank Sinatra, Luther Vandross. Oh, Frank Sinatra. Oh, hell, shit. I hate Frank Sinatra. He's garbage. Oh, he was a racist. Oh. And so you can never get to the point to where we were actually talking about being a vegan or eating pork. We need to be less emotional and be much better listeners. One of the ways to do it is to enter in everything we do with love and honesty versus contempt and contention. I ain't trying to preach, but come on, y'all. We really do. And when I say love one another, I mean just be genuine. You know how you want to be treated, and you know how you don't want to be treated. If you don't know how to treat somebody else, just take the blueprint of how you want to do it. You ain't going to stick your hand on no hot-ass stove. So you know what you want and know what you don't. You know when your stomach growling, you're hungry. You know when your arms and you got goosebumps, you're cold. Well, so was the next person. What would they want? A jacket, damn it. We need to start getting to that. Because we've been so individualized. You got this nut up here. Y'all kill me. And I ain't saying y'all in this chat, but some of y'all out there, boy, that I've had to check, you, especially you Polite supporters, you are actually supporting Polite in his situation while you was totally against the Hidden History Museum, which was a mass miniature donation. So it got the numbers based off an average of like $10 to $15 donations. No big kick. This dude telling you he got $900,000 worth in automobiles and showing you multiple $1,000s of clothes every day doing his Rolls Royce diaries. Nobody is even counting his pockets. But a Hidden History Museum got your attention. I'm just telling y'all, learn to love yourselves and stop. Oh, one of the greatest lines, again, if you don't have to believe in the Bible, but one of the greatest things that I hope you take with you, don't envy your oppressors. The Bible literally tells you, envy not your oppressors. Think about that. For us, we should not be envying our oppressors because truth be told, what's to envy? You see what they obtain, but you also know how they got it. If you want to be like that, then cool. I ain't telling you not be strong. I'm telling you don't be evil, devious, and wicked and deceptive. Maybe doing it the right way is a thing of the past, but I still believe it works. So that's just where we're gonna roll from here on forward on this broadcast. It's been fun. It's a Friday evening, so I have more time with y'all. Waiting for the queen to get back. She just got her hair braided up. So I'll be seeing a new do walk through the door here pretty soon. But I hope y'all have enjoyed this broadcast. Thank y'all for those who've been hanging with me for this whole 2 hours. I enjoy talking with y'all. I enjoy sharing with y'all. I love y'all. I do this for the love. I've been content. So, you know, y'all like my new chair. I got a new chair now, so I'm swiveling. I can be a little bit more mobile. Private Bentley, if you wanted to put your link to your to these bracelets, well, you can't get this one, but you can get these and many more like it on Private Bentley's website, and you know, hit her up and collab as more people get their stuff going. There's one sister that I have not seen in a minute. I hope she's doing okay. Sauce. If anybody has seen Sauce, I have not seen Sauce in a minute, and I know she had some apparel going too. So hopefully everything is okay and good with that sister. And hopefully y'all just, you know, have a great week. For everybody who is just now tuning in on the last, there's about 2 hours you can go back and rewatch. We've had a nice conversation here today on this Friday. This has been the weekly wrap up with Beatzilla PDX Official. Why did all of a sudden I just get so bright? Like the lights just came on. Ain't nothing happened. There we go. That was weird. I guess that was a light adjustment. So anyway, follow me on Instagram at Beatzilla PDX. Follow me on Twitter, Beatzilla PDX. Follow me on Facebook, Beatzilla PDX. And on Melanated People, follow me on Michael Beatzilla Whitmore. And of course on Patreon, Beatzilla PDX Official. And then the Our Real Truth at Beatzilla PDX. What am I saying? No. I'm sorry. Yes, that's Our Real Truth with Beatzilla PDX Official at Anchor FM, Spotify, iTunes, and Google Podcasts. So, you know, and various other streaming platforms that do podcasts, that is. You know, and I ain't hard to find. You can always do that. Weird. This stuff just popping up. So, oh, the brown is nice. You know what? My wife surprised me with my background, so she went and she got it for me, and was like, "Hey, I got something for you." So, and then of course it was like, FedEx, Jesus, FedEx. Well, y'all get your stuff together, FedEx. Y'all been very disappointing. So when it finally showed up, I was pleasantly surprised. The background she got me. I have some other pictures and stuff, you know, trying to figure out what I had to do. So, you know, we'll be making it look pretty it up as we go. You know, got the house with 2 different offices. So making it do what it do. You know, this is the newfangled way of. This is just a new way, really. I guess we just need to get used to it, huh? Get used to being on your computer at the house. But it's so much easier. So much easier. Says she has great taste. Yes, she does. Yes, she does. And so, like, the first day when I broke it out, that's why I wore the brown shirt. So I wore brown on brown. Yes, indeed. She saw, you know, a few of these, so I don't know. I might, I'm going to be bringing some pictures in the mix. I got some pictures I haven't been able to put up neither. So we're gonna figure out something how to pretty it up even more. So with that being said, I hope y'all really enjoyed it, and I hope y'all really take the message to do things out of love and never do things out of hate and contempt or anger as your motivator. Because people will tell you anger is a motivator. I would say, if anything, if anger is the initial motivator, I would say my piece of advice to you is to learn where the joy is in whatever you're doing. The joy for you anyway, because you're not gonna, anger and joy ain't gonna be bedfellows, so you're gonna have to make a choice. I would just say choose joy, man. You'll be happier. You'll be healthier. You'll sleep better. I mean, man, things could be worse. You know what I mean? So just take that with a grain of salt. Oh, okay. Private Bentley put her IZ right there, so please hit my sister up. And get your beads, your necklaces, bracelets. I think you also have children's stuff as well. So, one-stop shop. So let's see. Anything else I forgot? Oh, you can email me at ourrealtruth@gmail.com. That's ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And of course, if you feel so inclined to put some money up in the bucket, you can do so at Cash App $BeatZillaPDX. That's Cash App $BeatZillaPDX. All donations are greatly appreciated. Thank you in advance. Peace, blessings, protection, and power to every one of you. And have a prosperous weekend. Stay safe. I'm assuming that's a question. Okay, ourrealtruth@gmail. Okay, yes, ourrealtruth@gmail.com. That is the email for this broadcast. Y'all have a different email for me. But that is the email for this broadcast. Yes, indeed. So, this is Friday. I might be back Monday. If not, I'll be back Tuesday. And I hope everyone has a wonderful, wonderful, blessed weekend. Don't let the haters out here get you down. Silent D, thank you for your donation. Much appreciated, my brother. Salute to you, B1, as always. And, hey, let's love one another. And you know what I didn't do? I meant to take a few more breaks of this. So before I go, we're going to play this one more and then we out here, all right?
Living off borrowed time, the clock tick faster. That'll be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Dick dastardly, a monthly with sick laughter. A gunfight and they come to cut the mix master. And living the true gods, giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords. And they hold the mic at your attention like two swords. Or you the one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it.
That is such gas. Oh my Lord, I love it. Shout out Chris Scholler and the other cat and Matt Villain. And rest in peace, MF Doom. Shout out to all of y'all geniuses. Shout out to hip hop. Shout out to music. And every one of my subscribers, I hope that y'all have a blessed weekend. I will see y'all later. Shalom, y'all.
When you know who Satan is,
yes, sir.
You don't have to kill him, no. The stone of truth.
Yeah.
See, that's what you throw.
Yes, right.
Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knock out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man. And you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.